Why be easy when you can just die? Woo! Well, I'm Chewy Mew, and welcome to my channel. More specifically, welcome to another Chewy Mew video, where today we're going to be taking a look at, the Hasbro Marvel Legends Fantastic Four wave, whatever. Oh no, Super Skrull wave. Dr. Doom. So I got this guy several months ago, maybe a year ago, I don't know. Every single video I've made, and probably the past 15-20 videos you've seen, I've said the same thing. I got this figure, I don't know when, probably a year ago. I don't remember, guys, honestly. I'm sorry. It was so long ago that I don't remember. But I got this guy at a thrift store called Goodwill. It was $7. I took the sticker off. Or no, it was $6.49. That's how much this cost. $6.49. That's a cool image there. If you look at it like this, it looks like an A for Avengers. But no, Fantastic Four. And this wave is, a lot of people say this wave is really good, which I don't know. It has She-Hulk in it, which they messed up and they just called her Hulk. Huh, wow, I guess Hasbro really doesn't care. It's confirmed. Then you get the other figures in the wave and you get to build a really plasticky looking toy. That looks really bad. Dr. Doom here. Also like the Mr. Fantastic has a beard. I think this is like their modern-ish more designs, although they just repainted this guy's body, this guy, her, and I'm pretty sure that guy as well. I don't know. And She-Hulk, no one wants this costume of She-Hulk. They all want the Avengers purple uniform. Come on, Hasbro. I don't really care about She-Hulk, but I know that's a costume she wears. And up here we have a read-up that says, Victor Von Doom uses his incredible intelligence and mystical abilities to oppose the Fantastic Four. Can I just say the bios or the read-ups on Hasbro's packaging are just like the most generic thing ever. They're getting rid of them because they realize it's no point paying a 6-year-old to write these bios when they can, you know, not have them write it and save like $5. Let's leave the packaging here for aesthetics, I guess. And here we have Dr. Doom. So a lot of people say this is one of Hasbro's best figures, or one of Marvel Legends, or one of Hasbro's best Marvel Legends figures, which, I don't know, I'll be the judge of that, because I clearly don't dislike Hasbro, so I'm probably the best person to ask about this. He has dustiness on his cape. I'm trying to plug the cape into his back here, if we can successfully do that. There we go. Then you get hands and an interchangeable head. One of those hands went flying, but the thing who's right over here caught the hand with like his like chest or whatever. It like hit him off the chest and then bounced on the desk, the surface. Then we got a head here, and then we have another fist here. We don't need fists because you guys know what fists are. They're just this. And he comes with 2 of them. Then he also comes with like we'll see. And then you have a Build-A-Figure piece, which I don't care. The good thing is, the best part about me having this Build-A-Figure piece is that when I sell Dr. Doom, that's like an extra $15, $20 I could tack onto the price. Because I've seen people sell this Dr. Doom figure on eBay for like over 30 bucks. And that's used. I'm going to be able to sell it new because the box is kind of damaged here and there. But I can sell the Dr. Doom with all the accessories here and the Build-A-Figure piece for almost $50. So, or at least maybe $40 to $50. So that's pretty cool. So at least I get my money back, more than my money back. It was like $6.50. Well, my mom paid for it, but you know, whatever. You know what I mean. Move that aside. The Build-A-Figure piece, that's fine. I'm never going to use it. It doesn't even have like the pin and socket in the leg to like plug it into another figure. But whatever. I'm not going to need it anyway. Let's take a look at Dr. Doom here. And his torso is a bit slightly loose, but as far as it goes, I think it looks pretty cool. We turn on the flash here, bend his knees, take a look at the face here. Come on. All of his joints are pretty stiff here. That face looks pretty cool. Wow, it looks like Hasbro kind of tried. It's like I don't think it's painted silver. I don't think any of this is painted silver. I think this is just molded in plastic, or molded in silver plastic, or like silver looking plastic. The face looks cool. The eyes are painted nice. They look kind of derp-eyed, though. Looks pretty cool. And his figure, or like the green parts of the suit, all of it are textured everywhere. You can see the texture there a little bit. It has like, looks like dustiness to it. Well, I don't know how it's dusty if it's been sitting in a box for a few months. A few weeks. Not even a few months. Just a few, like maybe about 2 weeks ago. Because I had it on a shelf. I had it on this shelf over here along with the Fantastic Four, but I did some arrangements, so it's not there anymore. But it looks cool. It's got a long cape. You know, ever since I made myself this Hobgoblin cape with a bendable wire, I feel like plastic capes are kind of cheapy. On the Hobgoblin, that's okay. It was like $7 and came out like 100 years ago. This thing came out like, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, and it is a plastic cape. When Hasbro was a lot bigger and richer than Toy Biz, they could totally afford to use, you know, actual high-quality material for their figures. I know they did make another Doctor Doom, like the retro style, where he has like a fabric tunic or whatever, but they really should start doing fabric capes. Did that rip? Oh no, if that ripped, that tanks the resale value of it. Because this figure, the whole reason I got it at first was just so I could resell it, because you could get pretty good money off of this. If you find one of these figures, and even if you do like it, sell it on eBay for a lot of money, because that's what Hasbro figures are worth for me. If they're worth a lot of money, I'm interested, so for the resale purposes. It looks pretty cool like this. I will say it does look cool. I mean, it is a pretty cool looking figure. He does have an alternate head, which, when you pop this off here, he has like a ball joint in the bottom of his neck, which doesn't really do anything. I guess Hasbro added it just for like a fun fact kind of thing. And he has this head, which is the more classic Doctor Doom that I kind of prefer. If I were to like keep this and display this, I'd probably use this head because it looks more, I don't know, it just has a more classic look. This one looks much more like robotic, like he has like a robotic helmet. This one looks more like he has just like a metal mask on his face, which that's how it looks though. That sucks that that ripped. Oh man, did it? Yeah, it did rip because I can see green plastic underneath. So fun fact, this is painted gold and this is just molded green. Obviously, this painted gold as well. He's got the brown belt here. He's got the shoulders, which look cool as well. Everything looks cool. He has like a ton of detail. These straps are all painted. He has like these little notches here and there. This is definitely like, I would say, Toy Biz level effort as far as sculpting goes. But as far as paint goes, Hasbro still falls flat. He has the D symbol there for his gun, which you can open this up here. You can take this out, and then you can put it in his hand. Look at this. Would you look at that, guys? Would you just look at it? Come on. There we go. You can have him holding the gun. That's pretty cool. I mean, Toy Biz could do that, like, what is it, like almost over 20 years ago? 21 years ago, Toy Biz could do that, so it's not really impressive, you know? I mean, it's cool, but it's not really like, oh, man, that's awesome. It's more like, yeah, that's how Doctor Doom figures are supposed to work. Very nice detail here. Oh, I didn't notice. He has, like, sculpting, like, looks like chainmail underneath his armpits. You don't even see that joint, but that's cool. Also, they molded this in gray plastic instead of silver, and the pins, too. That's not really a big deal. You're not going to see it too much. This cape is kind of bugging me here. This belt is nice as well, and having all this texture throughout is really cool. I shouldn't scratch it, because, you know, resale value, that might affect it. He's got he has like a little nipple on the back of this head, and this one has like a big nipple on the back of the head. So that's pretty cool. And he has like the seams going down where it connects. Why does Hasbro sometimes really try with figures like this, and then other figures they never try? Like Spider-Man, they've never really tried with the Spider-Man figure before. If you lift the tunic here, oh, they put cuts on the side of it here, so you can actually stick his legs out and kick him forward without him getting all weird. So that's pretty cool. If you take a look underneath, we can see the tech, and they use that like chainmail again. And then he has more of the buckles all over the leg, which that looks so cool. That's really good looking. I think the Toy Biz one had it. I feel like this might be a case where Hasbro either ties or maybe beats Toy Biz. When it comes to articulation, they win in this case, but this one looks pretty cool. I like all the details on this, all these like studs and stuff on the armor. It looks really cool. It's a really good looking Doctor Doom figure. Unfortunately, accessories is where there's like almost nothing. You get 2 fist hands. And his default hands is like a sort of grabbing hand, and then he has the hand for the gun with the trigger finger. And then he just has 2 fist hands in the box, which, you know, whoop-de-doo. I'm one of those people that thinks that that interchangeable hands is not really an accessory, considering Hasbro, since they don't give finger joints, which, you know, that's fine. They don't have to give finger joints. It's up to them. That was like a Toy Biz trademark of having finger joints. Specifically, like, you know, individual finger joints like this. They could do all sorts of movements and stuff. They're not as precise as like interchangeable hands, but whatever. Since Hasbro has seemed to make it a reputation of giving you interchangeable hands, like Shang-Chi, I think it was that, or is that the guy from Mortal Kombat? Is it? There's like one martial artist guy who's like a Bruce Lee homage. That's a Marvel Legends character. Shang-Chi, I think it's his name. I don't know, but he came with like a bunch of hands. So Hasbro has proven they can give you a bunch of hands that cost like probably less than a penny. It probably costs them. Like, to make, like, a whole, you could probably fill this entire box up with interchangeable hands, and Hasbro probably gets it for, like, $1. Because they're a huge company. Obviously, manufacturing this figure probably cost them, like, $5 to make this entire production line, probably, because that's how businesses work. But, so they've proven they can give you interchangeable hands, and they've done, like, with Ben Reilly's Spider-Man, you get fist, thwip, and crawling hands. So they can totally give you a bunch of interchangeable hands. And then like with Ben Reilly, the Pizza Spider-Man Ben Reilly figure, they even give you a Carnage head and hands. So they can give you a bunch of accessories for $20. This one also costs $20 in stores. But his ankles are weird, so he kind of falls back. Yeah. Oh, at least his cape kind of holds him, so that's nice. But Hasbro's proven they can give a bunch of interchangeable hands, so they've set the bar that now I'm thinking, I always think that, oh yeah, you need like at least, bare minimum, like 6 total hands. And probably like an interchangeable head and a bunch of stuff with it. But no, this is pretty bare bones when it comes to accessories. He has a gun. That's not really an accessory because he always has that. That'd be like if you consider his cape and his hood an accessory. I mean, as far as like a costume design, like this holster, the gun, this belt, and like this part here, that is technically accessories that go with his costume. But that's not accessories for a figure. That's just the character's look to him. You know, that's like if they consider the thing's shorts accessories. Like, no, that's just how he looks. But as far as articulation goes, let's take a look. Oh, we skipped the head. The head can't really move much because the way this hood works. I think this one can move a little bit more. It does pivot. It basically just rotating. The arms go up, go pretty much up all the way. You can rotate them all the way around. Cape's got a bit in the way. You can rotate the bicep here. You get a double bend in the elbow, that's pretty decent. Your rotation and hinge in the wrist. And then you have a ball joint torso, which offers, it's not really so much like hinging, or I mean, it is kind of hinging. It's more like pivoting there. It goes back pretty good, and then it goes forward pretty good. Like, this is what people would consider modern articulation. Like, that's what all figures should have, instead of Hasbro having the diaphragm joint and then a reverse ab crunch, which is just kind of dumb. Trying to plug the cape into the back. That's the problem. The cape keeps coming off, which that's unfortunate. As far as the legs, the waist does rotate here, so that's cool. The legs kick up. They kick up straight pretty far. They go back, not much because his skirt blocks it. And then he can't do the splits, but he can kick up kind of high. This is kind of ripping. That's unfortunate. You also have a thigh swivel up there, which is pretty tight. You have a double bend in the knee, which the skirt tunic thing kind of blocks it, but that's fine. And then you have a ball joint ankle, where the ankles, this one is really tight. Wow, this figure has some issues here. It goes all the way back, pretty much all the way forward. He does have an ankle pivot, and then he also has like a ball joint. So he pretty much has a ball joint ankle, which has like the rotation, pivot, and hinge all in one place, which is, you know, that's how modern figure articulation works. Not Hasbro's stupid like duck feet ankle pivot joint. Yeah, so I mean, Toy Biz did it kind of like that too, but you know, it doesn't stand up. That's okay. But yeah, either way, I think this figure's pretty cool. It's probably one of Hasbro's best figures. Probably, I think it's pretty cool. It's just missing paint, dude. Like for me, pretty much every single Hasbro figure is missing paint. Like, you throw some black or incredibly dark gray wash onto this. Like, actually paint them silver, because they're just molded plastic. Like, you can see marbling. Marbling means that the plastic isn't painted, because that's just how metallic and transparent plastic looks when it's not painted. I don't think transparent. I think it might, but transparent's not noticeable because it's transparent, obviously. But yeah, you just need to add some paint to this. Add some black wash to this. Actually paint the silver part. Maybe add some black wash to this as well, and add some, I don't know. They just feels like paint these straps black, even if they're not black, paint them. Like, I'm okay with forgoing a little bit of a detail, or going missing a little bit of accuracy when it comes to the character design, if it means the figure has more paint and detail to it, you know? That's the kind of stuff I like, you know? Like, for example, in the comic books, Spider-Man's suit, obviously, since it's a comic book, it doesn't have web lines like this. They're all just basically just the red, the blue, and the black web lines. Everything is supposed to be one flat, solid material, like a graphic tee is how I kind of imagine Spider-Man's suit would be if you were to make his suit real life. But having the textured blue, the raised spider logos, and then having the sculpted in web lines makes the figure look more dynamic. When it's just painted, it just looks boring and generic. This figure does have sculpting and texture everywhere, but also the texture, this texture is not the same as this, because this was like hand sculpted texture. That's why it's not symmetrical everywhere. But this is just like, they just set the machine, or like the printer, whatever, that makes these, the molds, just have that once they make it, they just apply a texture to it. So it's technically not as impressive as like the Thing. Like, any figure of the Thing that has detail like this, even the Hasbro version, that's more work, because you actually have to sculpt that and sculpt those details. This, I guess you make the system print this. Basically, like, add this print to it to make it look like that. The cape looks pretty cool, though. But either way, I think it's a pretty cool looking figure. The best part about it for me is that I can sell this. I'm going to see if I can try to super glue this back together and fix this. Maybe loosen up the ankles as well. Or I could just put on eBay. The ankles are really tight, so, you know, be careful. This one is really stiff here. Can I bend this here? I want to test this. Hang on. Okay, I managed to hinge it down, and then getting it back up is pretty difficult. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to heat that up. Yeah, and also, I'm not going to sell this to any of you guys, just because I want to scalp somebody with this, honestly. I want to scalp somebody, so I'm not going to sell it to a viewer, because I'd hate to scalp a viewer. If you happen to get scalped by me, I'm sorry in advance, but, you know, that's how it's going to work. Yeah, but either way, that's over this video. Let me think about this figure, and I will see you guys in the next review. Wow.